Good morning. I'm Jeff Scott. I am this year's chairman of the Downtown Coordinating Council. I moved to Tulsa right after I got out of college, and since that time I have made my entire career here in Tulsa in the commercial real estate business. I'm talking to you today hoping to solicit your support for not just the extension, but really a significant step up in the downtown redevelopment fund. And we can go into the reasons why. But what we have in Tulsa right now is, I think, a bit of a misperception that we are over the hump, we are on cruise control, and no longer do we need these kinds of incentives. That's just clearly not the case. There is, for the downtown that I think most of us want to have, there is at least one important component missing from downtown, and that requires not just addressing it, but also working on a different component, and that has to do with downtown retail, which is really sadly missing from our downtown. We have a great number of restaurants, we have a great number of activities, but just in terms of people walking down the sidewalk with shopping sacks in their hand, that does not really exist. And the way for us to get there, and I know from having spoken to many, many retailers, they find what we are doing in Tulsa, mostly since the creation of the BOK Center, and it's been fabulous. It has helped, what we've done in downtown Tulsa has helped redefine Tulsa regionally, nationally, and I'm sure all of you have either read articles or seen news stories about what's going on, and when you've left town, people have probably sometime or another said to you, it sounds like there's some great things happening in downtown Tulsa. All of that is true. We still do not have, we have not been able to crack the nut of what do we need to do to get retail in downtown Tulsa. And retail is, in my mind, sort of, with all of the other things that are happening here in downtown, it is the glue that sort of holds things together in between meals. If you want people to say, I'm going to go downtown for lunch and then wander around and look at all the retail, they're going to be going home 10 minutes after they finish lunch, the way it is right now. So we need to deal with that. And what retailers want to see is substantially more residential housing in downtown Tulsa, permanent residents of downtown housing. They find it interesting but not compelling that we have 40,000 people working downtown each day. They find it interesting but not really compelling that we have 4,000 dwelling units. To compare us to a town, a city similar in size, similar demographically, look at Omaha, and Omaha has about double the number of dwelling units and people living downtown as we do. I think that needs to be our target. And by attacking that target, we're able to also begin to talk about what the retailers want. You have to remember that retailers don't think it's a good idea to be on the ground floor of a great, exciting opportunity. Retailers want to be on they want to be in the second wave of people because they want the people who experimented and found success to lead the way for them because there's no risk there. That's why they like to go to 71st and Memorial instead of downtown Tulsa, because it's proven successful. So we have to address that issue. What's happening in the next few years, we have the opportunity, and I'm familiar with several projects, some of you are as well, that are going to be much larger in size, that are the land being assembled, the land already assembled, the projects being conceptualized, and they are coming to fruition.
1 minute.
But those larger projects are much more capital intensive, only due to the risk, not because of the inherent risk, but because of the size. There is the appearance of more risk. And those are the kinds of projects that we need to have that will, as we've said in these meetings, move the needle downtown. And it's a sales tax creation needle that we're trying to move in downtown with more retail. And these projects, I believe if we help them occur, we will see in the next 5 years more real estate construction in downtown in the next 5 years than we've seen in the last 5 years. And the last 5 years has been a very good run. But it requires helping the developers on just the inherent putting the deal together And then we have to give them the ammunition to actually talk to the retailers, and what they're going to have to provide to the retailers, the very first tier retailers, are incentives, whether that is in the form of free rent or spending more money on the stores. It doesn't affect our sales tax, it just affects the economics of those developments, and that's why those projects need our help. I can talk quite a bit about why it costs more to build downtown, why developers need it, and I can talk quite a bit about what retailers want to see and what they need to have and what doesn't particularly move them to come downtown. Thank you very much. Pardon me, one more thing, last thing. What we are requesting is your support for the redevelopment fund to be included in the 2025 package, and we are asking for that package to be $20 million to be used in the same manner we've been doing it, which are closely underwritten, carefully underwritten deals that a wide sector of downtown looks at, approves, underwrites, and watches.